Hello, it's Polish Pol VR, welcome to my channel and days of play kicking in. Therefore I gonna do top 10 picks for PlayStation VR games which you can buy for a cheapo price. Now in this list we going by US store because sadly EU sale is bit shittier. There is still some good games and a lot of them games is on this list, but we've got games like Resident Evil 7, Superhot and some other missing. So I went with US store, and also the games need to be in playable state and they need to be full VR games, not just like VR experience on the full game. Proper full-fledged VR releases. Now this is my list, so I'm not the collective mind of the humanity. I'm only one person, but I choose those games because I think they're very good, but I highly encourage you to comment with your top 10 list because I'm happy if you don't agree with this list. Plus your comment might help other people. Okay, and before I start, if you like what you see, then please press a like because it does help the channel a lot, and if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. Okay, let's do it. At number 10 we've got Tetris Effect. The sale price seems more appropriate for people who don't love Tetris with all their heart but still want to try this game. It's basically Tetris with a twist because it's a lot of cool shit you can do, and as well you've got some nice visuals, tad bit blurry, but nevertheless very good game to tickle your senses. And it's just very nice chilled atmosphere, very relaxing experience, but nevertheless very nice game for new price. It's cool. At number 9 we've got Doom VR. Now I've got love and hate relationship with this game. I still think why Bethesda ignoring left-handed people is a bit of a joke. Those people exist, just give them a patch. This game didn't receive a single patch from its release a few years ago. Now listen, you can play this game with moves, it's alright if you get used to it, but you cannot turn and it sometimes gets a bit confusing. You can play it with aim controller, but your weapon strangely just swings about when you walk and you've got another weapon sticking out of your ear. It's weird. And you can play it with DualShock, and with DualShock you've got two hands sticking out from your chin. So it's not a perfect game, but nevertheless I found it to play best for me with DualShock. Most of games I love with aim, but this one it's strangely just aim implementation, it's weird. Nevertheless with DualShock it's just Doom in VR, bit smaller game, but also with new price this is a very good offering, some nice demonic action in this one, and I highly recommend to try it if you was sitting on the fence because of the price. Now it's the time to pick it up. Okay, and at number 8 for a very cheap price probably of a cup of coffee is Until Dawn Rush of Blood, one of PlayStation VR launch games and still one of the very good games. Most of you probably played it, but if you never had chance to play Until Dawn Rush of Blood, now pick it up. It's super cheap. It comes from Supermassive Games back in the day when they used to make good VR games, not the shitty ones like Bravo Team or Impatient. This one is proper quality, especially for a little price, crazy shooting action, and it works just great. At number 7 we've got Superhot VR, a very huge success for VR game. It makes you feel like you are a Neo from the Matrix, just blocky looking one and everything is white, red and black, but nevertheless the feeling of VR in this game is great. You feel like proper badass, the time moves when you move and it just works great, so highly recommend, especially for a cheap price. It's saying now many months this game was a number 1 top downloaded PSVR game, rightfully so. At number 6 we've got Farpoint, a first game to support aim controller. Aim controller was invented for this game and it's some great aim controller action, and also it's one of the first proper fully developed for VR games. For me it was great experience playing this game for a first time. The sense of scale, it's awesome, the shooting feels great, the story is not the very captivating, but nevertheless it keeps you going, but it's the gameplay what makes this game awesome. And after the release this game was very well supported, even got some 1 vs 1 multiplayer in here. Highly recommend. Farpoint is super cheap now. At number 5 it's The Persistence, a very tense game. Some people get super scared in it like I did, some people just get normal in it but enjoying the gameplay, and the gameplay is awesome. It's a roguelike game, you die, you start from the beginning, but you kind of can develop your character and then you can spend some money buying buying some weapons and shit and just trying to survive the persistence. Soon this game gonna receive another update which gonna make it flat version as well, so you'll be able to play it in 4K 60 FPS on screen, but of course the best played is in VR. And as well, after release this game had shit ton of updates. They've got some accessibility features, so if this game is too hard you can make it easier. If you don't have time to play a lot, then that's definitely will help. And also it's just a super fun game, so go pick it up. Now top 4 was the most difficult for me, but nevertheless I'm doing it now. Borderlands 2 VR at number 4, very cheap now, very good game. If you play Borderlands 2 and you played it only in co-op and that's what you loved about this game, sadly that's not for you. But if you like single player games, then definitely pick this up because it's super fun. Tons of hours of gameplay, and also soon this game gonna receive a very big DLC. Well, basically it's gonna be all of the DLCs from Borderlands 2, but they're gonna be ported to VR, which means this game gonna get about twice bigger now. It's like 200 hours of gameplay. Plays with moves, but also you can play it with DualShock, but I love it the most with aim controller. It's not the best implementation of aim, but definitely plays best with aim. You've got some special skills just for VR, which is basically your bullet time when you can slow down action, and it looks great when everyone just blows up in slow motion, the blood goes everywhere. Very interesting story, very big game, definitely recommended. At number 3 is Astrobot Rescue Mission, a proper first VR platformer. Beautiful looking game. You've got a level when you go inside a whale and it looks amazing. It's something what Pinocchio and Geppetto did, but they've done it a bit shitty because they just got swallowed. You're gonna enter this whale like a pro, you're gonna be like, open up, I'm approaching, assume the position I'm entering now. But there's also a lot of other awesome looking levels, plus you can unlock some extra challenges which can be super difficult but also super fun to achieve. If you are a fan of platformer, if you got blown away back in the day by Mario 64, this game gonna give you this Mario 64 moment, but it's gonna be even better because it's in VR and it's properly nicely developed game. While I've been playing through it, it just kept me smiling all the way through. Plus, also, it's got very nice boss battles. The bosses are huge in this game. A very popular PSVR game, so if you didn't play it, now it's the time. At number 2, we've got Skyrim VR. Another game, another port from last generation. Skyrim comes to everything and it's come to PSVR as well. After the release, this game had few updates. They improved the graphics, looks very nice and sharp on Pro, but also looks very good on original PS4. Very big open world game. Works with DualShock and also with moves. This game set the standards for smooth locomotion with move controllers. Bethesda done very good job implementing it, and then everyone else started following the suit, because it's best controls you can have with moves and no thumbsticks. Seriously, somebody needs to invent thumbsticks for moves soon. But anyway, huge game. Even if you played through Skyrim in past and already put hundreds of hours into it, in VR it just looks so much better that you want to do it all over again. First fight with the dragon, it's gonna blow your mind away. I know it's last gen game, but it looks beautiful this gen on PlayStation VR, and now while it's cheaper you might as well pick it up. And number 1, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Shit scary game, get ready to have your pants filled with a lot of different colors of faces, and also it's the only this generation game, a AAA game that fully supports VR. Not a VR mode, no bullshit, a full game what you could buy on PS4 works in VR as well, and it works very good. It only plays with DualShock, but that's not the issue because it still plays great. The scares are awesome, the first person mode makes it so much better. Plus, this game had some content after release. It had free DLC, not a hero, so I highly recommend you download this as well because it's free, but also it had some paid awesome DLCs, so there is a lot of content for you, and if you want to show your friends how scary PSVR can be, then definitely you can try this. And if you on the fence, don't forget you can download the demo, because there is the demo on the store beginning hour. It's a long demo. Some small PSVR games are shorter than Resident Evil 7 demo. But also you can demo the kitchen, which is free to download, so download those two if you didn't play Resident Evil 7, and then you're gonna have idea what you can expect. For many people it's still the best PlayStation VR game, so this was my top 10 games from PlayStation's Days of Play. Apart from some games, of course, there is some accessories cheaper, PSVR is cheaper as well, so tell your friends who don't own it to get it now, and also let me know in comment section your top 10 picks, and if you played any of those games on the list, let me know what you think of them. And that's it, bye.